Hey guys, firstly I'd like to apologize just for the lateness of this video, and it's to explain that I actually had recorded this earlier in the week, and a few problems getting the information off my mobile devices. I subsequently deleted the weigh-in stuff yesterday, so I was left with just some rambling stuff that didn't make a lot of sense. I redid all that this morning, and I did consider just using the pre-recorded video, but thought I'd just do another one just to make it a little bit more relevant, a little bit more appropriate for this morning's weigh-in. Anyway, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Tony K, and for the last about 6 to 7 months or so, I've been doing these video logs as a way to keep myself honest and accountable and transparent in my journey in battling an eating disorder that I've had for the last almost 11 years. Whilst the first sort of four-ish months were very positive and very straightforward, and I was gaining weight, and as part of the videos I would weigh myself on the scales, and then I would get up in front of the camera and do a little twirl where I'm almost naked to do some body confrontation as a part of sort of accepting my body for the way it is and how it's built and so on and so forth, all very important parts of the journey back. In the last month or so I did sort of fall over. I lost a lot of weight, and exercise became quite a demon that sort of took over and got its claws in. And as of last week, this has been my return to form, trying to regain some of that weight that I've lost, and sort of navigate the rocky sort of ledge that is trying to get all my sort of ducks in a row, so to speak, and being able to sort of do the exercise stuff and, you know, I guess feel a bit more confident in my body whilst being at a really healthy weight. And eating normally, or at least the way I would like to, and living a lifestyle that I would like to live. So that's what we're doing, that's what we're here for, that's what I'm here for, and that's what hopefully you guys are here to see. So let's go do the weigh stuff, the body confrontation stuff, then we'll come back and we'll chat a little bit more. I'll see you real soon. Notice there that there's been a slight drop, and it's interesting because the way that I did a couple of days ago, actually a little story is that since last week's video I weighed myself almost every day just to sort of see how weight was going, and I actually dropped because of my injury. I thought, oh, maybe I just dropped some muscle or whatever, and noticeably there was some, I guess maybe some atrophy, I don't know, got up in my head most likely. But I did notice that there was, I got down about 78.8 or something like that. So I dropped about 1.5 kilos, and I didn't know what was going on, what had happened. And then as of sort of 2 days ago, I'd gone back up to 80, and I was like, oh cool, everything's fine. I'm back to where I started. And then this morning I get up and I'm, funnily enough, just slightly below where I began. Which kind of just drives home the importance of really getting sort of the extra food intake to become a more normal thing. And in honesty, it has become, not it has become, but trying to get it into the sort of meal plan or just my day-to-day eating has had good days and had bad days, as has just a meal plan in general. Having a lot of sort of time on my hands, sometimes I'll just get lazy and I won't do things, or I'll forget, or have actively avoided it at times where I'll be snacking throughout the day and I won't remember what I've eaten or what I haven't eaten, or I'll think I've had enough and go, look, that's enough, I've probably just snacked too much, and I'll forget it. So I think becoming more regimented in saying, okay, not sort of grazing, but go, okay, having this, having that, having this, having that, not at set times, but just set amounts, so that it's a little bit more uniform. I can ensure myself that I'm getting the right amounts, whereas up until sort of maybe the last week or so, I think maybe I've not been fudging it on purpose, but just blurring the lines a little bit too much, where I'd get confused or hesitant or whatever. So I think just being a little bit more, making those lines a little bit more defined, perhaps. In terms of exercise has been pretty good actually. Like, I haven't been able to do certain forms of exercise because of an injury. That was difficult, and I have to admit that was hard to sort of get around. Injury's okay now. Sort of back to doing sort of exercise. Hasn't felt as manic or as obsessive as it once did, even to the point where I've kind of just done what I would do and just sort of didn't think much about it after that. Yeah, and I've actually had another recent injury. Seem to be in the wars lately, which has sort of not allowed me to do another sort of, whatever exercise or workout or whatever that I would usually do. So it's kind of just, I don't know, it's been interesting where I haven't been able to do things and I've had to let things go, and it's been easier where I haven't been physically able to do something, because it's kind of, you have to rationally accept that I can't do this, and too bad, as opposed to I don't want to do this or I shouldn't do this, and there being a grey area or a willpower kind of battle that I have to sort of put myself through, whereas where I physically can't do something, the option or the enticement is taken out of my hands, which has been really good. But I think on one hand it feels like the exercise stuff has been better, and on the other hand it feels like it's just as toxic or as influential. So I don't know, it just maybe depends on the day. Yeah, that's things have been going pretty good. Food-wise, things have been going good. Sort of getting back to eating good stuff and sort of challenging stuff and that kind of stuff. You can tell that I prepared before. Yeah, aside from that, not a lot happening. Feel like things are going pretty good. But today's way definitely just sort of smashing home the idea that I need to do, get a little bit more strict with myself in terms of the amount that I'm having, and making sure that it's upping the amount and having more than what I was, and making sure that it's the right amounts rather than sort of grazing and blurring those lines. Yeah, but hey, look, that's me. That's what's been going on in the last sort of week or so. Didn't want to make this terribly long, so I'll shut up now. So I love you, be good, be safe, and I'll see you in the next few days, probably about Friday. Anyway, see you then. Bye.